Hi, everyone, and welcome back to English for You. I'm Erin.
And I'm Chi-Chi.
Okay, well, we're talking about fringe festivals in this article, and we learned in day one of our article that fringe festivals happen all over the world these days. Now, what they are is these art festivals that very small theater companies or independent performers can participate in.
Okay, and the first Fringe Festival was held in Scotland in 1947.
So what happened that year?
That year, a small theater company showed up at an official festival in Edinburgh, but they weren't allowed to perform.
That's right. They weren't invited, so they couldn't perform. So what they did something interesting. They just went near or outside the official venues, and they just put on their shows right there. And so a lot of people got to see their shows that way.
And this became more and more popular every year. And after a few years, the Edinburgh Fringe Society was formed.
That's right. So now this sort of fringe society, it started kind of organizing this festival every year, and it sort of became this big thing. And you know what? Even now today, they're still popular, and they all sort of have these three things in common. They're cutting edge, so they show sort of like original shows that you might not really get to see. It's not like Shakespeare or anything like that. It's new ideas. And they're usually quite cheap to go to, and they're accessible, so a lot of people get to see these shows. All right, now this sounds pretty exciting, and we've got some exciting news for you. You can see a fringe festival right here in Taiwan, because every year in Taipei, there's a fringe festival that you can go to. So let's talk more about that fringe festival right now.
Reading.
Join the fun at fringe festivals. Taipei has a fringe festival of its own, and for the past 10 years, the annual event has given unconventional artists a stage. The city government, which organizes the festival, aims to create a space where struggling artists can let their voices be heard. This year, the Taipei Fringe Festival will take place from August 4th to August 19th and feature 120 performing arts groups. The event will include talent from both Taiwan and abroad. Some of the artists who have performed in past festivals are from Hong Kong, Japan, and New Zealand. Two kinds of shows that audiences are sure to see this year are modern dance and performance art. What's more, the event's venues aim to be as diverse as the performances. As a result, shows will be held in theaters, in cafes, and even on yachts. The event will be fun to attend, so why not check out the Taipei Fringe Festival this August?
Okay, like we said in the introduction, we're going to be talking about a fringe festival in Taiwan. So here in the first sentence, it says, Taipei has a fringe festival of its own, and for the past 10 years, the annual event has given unconventional artists a stage. Now, we've used the noun stage here in this sentence, and here in this sentence, we're using it as like a place to perform. It could mean kind of any place to perform. So we're sort of talking about any place or any sort of stage, I guess, that a person can perform on, and it doesn't have to be one in a theater. In this meaning, it could be just a certain area on a street, or maybe in a gym or a church or something like that. Now, the noun stage can also mean the raised area in a theater where a performer will stand during a show.
Okay, 所以像 Aaron 老师刚刚说到，这个 stage 在我们这个文章里面呢，不一定是指舞台啦，就是大家可以站上去，可能就是随便一个地方你在表演的那个区域都可以叫做是 stage。但一般来说呢，就是舞台的意思。所以台北有自己的易碎节，所以 of its own 就是自己的意思哦。那 它在这边是名词 stage 这个字，那我们就常常听到啊 on the stage 就是在舞台上的意思。So you can say the girls are singing on the stage. 女孩们在舞台上唱歌。
All right, well, we also learned that it's an annual event. So what do we mean by that?
So annual 就是有一年一次啊，每年的意思。像是年度仪式就会听到 an annual ceremony， 或者所以像是年度盛会就可以说 the annual event。那我们这个 annual event has given unconventional artists a stage，所以 unconventional 就是有非常规的意思，所以那你把 un 拿掉就是有常规的意思嘛，所以加上 un 就是变成非常规。Alright, now we move on to the next part.
All right, well, the next line of our article says here, the city government, which organizes the festival, aims to create a space where struggling artists can let their voices be heard. Now, here's what the festival aims to do. When you aim to do something, you try to do or achieve something. So it's kind of like you're trying to achieve a goal, that sort of thing. Now, as an example sentence, we could use this phrase like this. I aim to read a book every night before bed, but it doesn't always happen.OK,
所以 aim to 这边就是有打算企图要做某事的意思，所以规划这个艺术节的市政府呢，就打算企图要创造一个给艺术家发挥的空间，让他们被更多人看见。
Okay, so what we said here is that the festival is aiming to create a space. Now, the verb create means to make something exist that was not there before. So, for example, we're kind of saying there wasn't really a place where these kind of artists could do their performances. So what the festival is doing, or what the government is doing, is trying to give them a place to do these things. Now, we often use this word when we talk about art because we make a piece of art that did not exist before, like a painting or a dance, for example. Now, as another example, we could say, Jonah wants to create an after-school program for poor children.OK,
所以这个字就是一个动词，有创造、建造的意思。So we've got a noun and an adjective here. So creation 就是这个字 creates 的名词哦。It also means the action or process of bringing something into existence. 就是有时候创造、创立的意思。For example, 你可以说 the creation of a new department, 新部门的創立，或者是呢 the creation of the artist, 这个艺術家的創作。那像是形容詞呢，就是 creative 就是有创造性的创造力的意思，所以你可以说啊 a very creative musician 非常有创造力的音乐家，或者是你可以说 Aaron is very creative、Aaron 很有创意。Okay, so we see struggling artist here. What does struggle stand for?
Well, here struggle is a verb, and we'll talk more about the form in a minute, but when you struggle, you have a hard time trying to do something or achieve something because it is very difficult to do this. Now, by adding ing to struggle, we turned it into an adjective to show that these artists are having a very hard time doing their art. Now, we often describe artists this way because artists don't usually make a lot of money by making art, so they might struggle to find food or find good places to live, that sort of thing. So they spend what money they have trying to make their art, but this kind of takes their money away from other things. So we say they're struggling artists.
Okay.
Now, as another example of struggle as a verb, we could say, I struggled to carry the heavy box all the way up to my apartment on the 5th floor.
所以 struggle 这个字就是有奋斗的意思，那在课文中是用现在分词当形容词用，就是奋力的意思。所以这边的 struggling artist 就是有奋斗中的艺术家的意思哦。因为刚刚 Aaron 老师有说到嘛，艺术家会比较难赚钱，所以他们就会比较奋力，会比较辛苦，那也有勉强求生存的意思。So as usual, we will take a look at a few sentences. So as a verb, we can say Thomas has been struggling with illness. 好 ，Thomas 一直都在跟 间病魔奋斗。那 as a noun, we can also say the struggle between the two sides was hard. 双方的斗争很难。所以我们文章中的句子呢 The city government, which organizes the festival, aims to create a space where struggling artists can let their voices be heard. 就是他们很辛苦，所以政府呢想要试着帮他们找一个空间，让更多人听见。
Okay, so if you're interested in going to this Fringe Festival, here's some good information for you. It says here, this year, the Taipei Fringe Festival will take place from August 4th to August 19th and feature 120 performing arts groups. Okay, so we saw this kind of big number here, and we said that the festival is going to feature these arts groups. Now, this verb, feature, means that something includes another thing as a special or interesting part of it. So, for example, a festival could feature a famous singer or a very, very kind of special show. Now, these are included as a special part of the festival, so they might have even more tickets to sell for these kind of features. Okay. Now, as an example, we could say this art exhibition features several paintings by the well-known artist Claude Monet.
Alright, 所以 feature 就是有以什么什么为特色，或者是以什么什么主演的意思哦。It could both be a noun and a verb. 那在这边呢是用动词哦。那我们来看一下几个句子。Right, so number one, the new movie features 3 of my favorite actors. 新电影是用我最喜欢的3个演员主演。那如果当名词的话呢，它就是有特征的意思 like a typical quality or an important part of something, 或者是我们的 facial features like one of the parts of someone's face. 好，那我们来看句子吧。你可以说 My nose is my best feature. 就是我最引人注目的特征是我的鼻子。It's not true, actually.
Okay, well, let's kind of find about these arts groups that are going to be performing in the Fringe Festival. It says here, the event will include talent from both Taiwan and abroad. Now, the adverb abroad here is used to say that someone is going or is from or is in a foreign country. So that means, of course, a country that's different from the one where they live or they are from. So for this Fringe Festival, what we're saying is that maybe some performers will come from New Zealand or Canada or Japan or something like that. So they're from a different country. Now, here's another way we can use it. I want to travel abroad for a year before I start university.
好，所以就是有在国外啊到国外的意思，是一个副词。所以在这个活动上面，不只可以看到台湾的人才，也可以看到国外的。那 as an adverb, you can say I lived abroad for 10 years. 我住在国外10年，跟刚刚 Aaron 老师说的是一样的用法。
Okay, well, let's kind of find out about these particular artists, the ones from abroad. It says, some of the artists who have performed in past festivals are from Hong Kong, Japan, and New Zealand.
OK, 所以我们来看一下这个句子吧，就是我们今天的英文练功房的重要重点。好，所以 some of the artists 这边的 artist 就是我们句子里面的先行词。那后面这一句呢 who have performed in past festivals 就是我们的形容词子句。那在这边我们的 who 就是关系代名词哦，它是拿来引导我们的形容词子句，去修饰前面的先行词 artist 来补充说明是曾经参与过去艺穗节的艺术家。所以本句的主要动词就是 festivals 后面的 are， 所以通常先行词是事物的时候，我们的关系代名词就会用 which， 那先行词是人，就像我们这里会用 who， 那如果需要用受格呢，就会用 whom。那两个都可以用的就是 that. So as usual, we will just take a look at a few sentences to learn more about this grammar point. 所以你可以说呢 The woman who sold you the card yesterday is my boss. 就是昨天卖给你那辆汽车的女人是我的老板。Or we can say, the bread that Dad bought yesterday is delicious. 爸爸昨天买的面包很好吃诶。那在这边其实 that 也可以省略变成 the bread Dad bought yesterday is delicious.
Okay, well, here's something you might expect to see from this year's festival. It says, two kinds of shows that audiences are sure to see this year are modern dance and performance art. Now, we use the phrase, be sure to do something here. Now, when you are sure to do something, that means that you are certain to do something, or you're certain to see a particular result or thing happen. Now, for example, we might say, Jason is sure to see the note if you leave it in the middle of the table, so he will certainly see it.
Yeah, 好，所以这边就是一定要嘛，所以刚刚 Aaron 老师的句子就是 Jason 一定会看到那个 note， 如果你把它放在桌子中间，他一定会看到啦。所以观众今年一定要看的两种表演是现代舞跟表演艺术。那我们也再来看一个句子。Guests are sure to enjoy a memorable vacation in this fully furnished room. 客人呢一定会在这间设施很齐全的客房享受一个非常难忘的假期。
Okay, well, that's not all that's kind of interesting about this year's event. It says here, what's more, the event's venues aim to be as diverse as the performances.
Wow, 所以不只会有精彩的表演哦，场所也要很多样化。好，所以这边 diverse 意思就是非常不一样 like very different， 那它是一个形容词哦。So when something is diverse, it shows a great deal of variety. For example, like wide range of diverse opinions, 就是广泛不同的意见啊，或者是文化很多元的人口，我们可以说 a culturally diverse population.So where will these shows be held?
Well, some really interesting places, which is why we say they're kind of diverse.
Yeah.
It says, as a result, shows will be held in theaters, in cafes, and even on yachts.
哇塞，所以还会在剧院呢，还会在咖啡厅，甚至在游艇上。That's crazy! Wow! So that's all the more reason why we should go check it out.
Right. I'll give you one more reason too. I am working on a play that you can actually see in this year's Fringe Festival too. Yeah, so
Okay.
if you want, our theater is out near Chilean Station, and it's called the Lab Space. So you can go see a play there in over 2 weekends of the event. So
wow.
Lots of good reasons to go. All right, well, let's kind of finish off today with our one last sentence. It says, the event will be fun to attend, so why not check out the Taipei Fringe Festival this August? Now, we use the verb attend here, and when you attend something, we're just saying that you go to that thing. Like you can attend a meeting or a class, or in this case, an event. As an example, I might say, I can't attend class today because I'm very sick and I need to see the doctor.
Oh, okay, 所以 attend 就是出席、参加的意思。It's a verb. 那在这边就可以说啊 Jerry accepted the invitation to attend Martha's party. 就是 Jerry 接受了 Martha 的邀请去参加派对。好，那这个 attend 也有其他意思哦，它有 look after, pay attention to something 的意思，有照顾的意思。For example, you can say, we need somebody to attend to that patient. 我们需要有人去照顾这一个病人。Alright, so that's the end of our lesson.
Okay, well, that means it is time to go to our For You chat. So stay tuned. We have a great question to talk about. We'll be right back.
For You chat.
All right, today's For You chat question is, what kind of show would you put on if you were in a fringe festival?
Well, I think I would definitely sing.
Okay.
And I'll bring my guitar or my carry-on piano and I can play music and sing to the audience.
Oh, that sounds great. I would love to see something like that.
What about you?
I guess, I'm more of a supporter person.
Yeah.
Obviously, like I am actually kind of going to be a part of the festival. In fact, you won't see me there because I won't be in actual attendance, but I've been helping sort of put the play together. So I've been helping kind of the actors get ready, kind of help them build schedules and get organized, that sort of thing. But I think if I was going to be a part of the Fringe Festival, it would definitely be in theater because that's what I'm really good at. Yeah. Okay, well, what about you guys? Are you guys creative in any way? Would you put on a show? Maybe you could read poetry, or you could sing or play an instrument.
Like do magic tricks.
Yeah, you could even do magic tricks. You could, if you're a good juggler, you could juggle some balls of fire if you know what you're doing. Lots of different things. You could put on a comedy show. You could sort of do a modern dance. Anything that's creative and you can do independently. But have this discussion with your classmates or friends and kind of think about what you could do. But we have to say goodbye. So for English for You, I'm Erin.
I'm Chickling.
And we're going to say goodbye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Join the fun at Fringe Festivals. Taipei has a Fringe Festival of its own, and for the past 10 years, the annual event has given unconventional artists a stage. The city government, which organizes the festival, aimed to create a space where struggling artists can let their voices be heard. This year, the Taipei Fringe Festival will take place from August 4th to August 19th. And feature 120 performing arts groups. The event will include talent from both Taiwan and abroad. Some of the artists who have performed in past festivals are from Hong Kong, Japan, and New Zealand. Two kinds of shows that audiences are sure to see this year are modern dance and performance art. What's more, the event's venues aim to be as diverse as the performances. As a result, shows will be held in theaters, in cafes, and even on yachts. The event will be fun to attend, so why not check out the Taipei Fringe Festival this August?
Vocabulary Review. Stage. At the end of the play, all the actors and actresses stood on the stage and bowed to the audience. Create. Allison created a short video using this computer program. Struggle. This writer is struggling to find a company that wants to buy his novel. Feature. This music festival features some of the most popular singers in Taiwan. Abroad. Dana decided to study abroad in Spain for a year before she graduated. Attend. Hundreds of people attended the baseball game last weekend.